Hi, good morning and happy Saturday. I am Ellie and I am a certified yoga instructor currently volunteering through Just Yoga Studio in collaboration with the Pink Ribbon Place. So, welcome to our class today. A couple of things before we get started. Like always, make sure you have your yoga mat, your blanket or two. Class is a little bit more gentle lately, so I always do recommend at least two blankets. If you happen to have yoga blocks, go ahead and pull those out as well. And last but not least, if you have a yoga strap, and if you don't, you can always use a rope, uh, the strap that holds this guy in place, a long towel, whatever you have, and we will be needing it for today's class for a little bit of a shoulder exercise we're going to be doing. So I do highly recommend you go and go ahead and grab that. Also, I do want to show you guys one last posture before class is over today, where we'll be using the wall. So I do recommend that if you do have a wall available, you move towards that wall. And if not, you're always welcome to just watch as we move through that posture, and then you're always welcome to do it afterwards. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with class. And like always, making sure that we are aware of what's going on with our bodies. We're not pushing ourselves to the point of hurting ourselves, and we're just here to have a good time and just enjoy the practice of yoga. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and grab your blanket or towel, whatever it is that you have. And I like to fold it like a little hot dog. And I'm going to place it behind us. Normally, we will start our classes reclined, but today we're going to go ahead and start sitting up, crossing those legs. If you got anything funky going on with the knees, you can always take that second blanket, third blanket, whatever it is that you have, and place it under like that. If you don't have more blankets, you have blocks, books, whatever it is, you can place it under like that as well. So a couple different options for you. When you're ready, let's go ahead and start with our eyes closed, hands on the knees. Start by taking a big breath in through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Inhale through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Last one. Big inhale through the nose, filling the chest, filling the belly, and exhaling through the mouth. Starting to focus on our breath. Starting to scan our body, seeing what's going on. If anything is feeling a little funky this morning. And maybe sending a little bit of that breath to those funky areas. Relaxing the shoulders, bringing them a little further away from our ears. And maybe the crown of our head gets a little bit higher towards the ceiling, towards the sky. You are welcome to stay here throughout our class today. And if you'd like to move a little bit, maybe you start to open up your eyes very slowly, rolling those shoulders back. You're rolling them forward. Maybe one at a time. Just anything that feels good today. And when you're ready, taking those hands to the side. Inhale, hands all the way up. Take that left hand to that left knee, right hand behind you. From here, every inhale, we get a little taller, and then every exhale, we twist a little bit deeper. Next inhale, bringing those hands up and switching sides. So if you went opposite of what I said, it's okay as long as you get both sides in. And continuing to breathe. Meaning finding a little bit more twist. And inhale, bringing those hands back up. Palms together and down to the chest. Inhale, hands all the way back up. And exhale, hands to the sides. Inhale, hands back up. Palms together, down to the chest. Exhale. Inhale, back up. And exhale, out to the sides. And one last time. Inhale. Palms together. And exhale. Hands at the chest. From here, let's go ahead and change the crossing of our legs. Hands on the knees. You're gonna inhale, bringing that chest forward. And exhale, rounding that spine, moving very slowly through this. Inhale, slowly coming forward, bringing that chest forward, pulling those hands back. And exhale, rounding that spine. Last one, inhale, coming forward. And exhale, rounding that spine. And coming back. Give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. From here, let's go ahead and take that right hand all the way up. And take that left hand and grab that right wrist. And next inhale, you're going to inhale and then exhale as you start to lean towards that left side. Opening up that right rib cage. And coming back. Hands down. And inhale, switching sides. So left hand coming up and right hand grabbing that wrist. And leaning towards that right side. Again, this is something that should feel good. We shouldn't feel like we're pulling too much on that shoulder. And just getting enough of an opening right here on our side. Coming back, hands down, give those shoulders one more little set of rolls. And we're going to be coming onto our hands and knees. So remove that blanket from behind you and go ahead and bring it with you. I always like to, when I'm going to be working on hands and knees, I like to bring my blanket with me and I like to put my knees on it, even though it's for a short period of time. But I always do like to just protect the knees. So feet are about hip width distance apart here, and hands are about shoulder distance apart. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring that right knee in towards the center and take that left foot extended all the way out. So I'm going to just readjust myself a little bit. I guess I was a little bit taller than I thought. So that right knee is in the center, the toes are tucked, and that left foot is extended out as far as we can take it. And from here, we're simply going to be sending the hips back, causing that heel to go past the toes and giving us a really nice stretch right into our calf. And if you got any little funky wrist stuff going on, you can always turn those wrists out just a little bit, just to relieve a little bit of that pain that you feel. One more breath here. Maybe you push a little bit further back. And very slowly coming back. We're not done yet. We're going to make sure our shoulders, our wrists are shoulder distance apart, stacked on top of those shoulders. From here, we're going to inhale. We're going to lift that left leg up. You are welcome to hold it here if you'd like. And if you want a little bit more of a stretch, go ahead and bring it towards the outside of that right side. So I went from here and I just brought it over off of my mat, trying to keep the torso, everything facing towards the mat. You're going to start to feel a little bit of, again, a stretch in that left side of the rib cage and a little bit in your right glute area. One more breath here. And very slowly bringing it back. Bend that knee. Place it down. Give yourself a little bit of a wiggle here. We're going to go ahead and set up for our second side. So now that left knee is going to go right in the center, tucking those toes, sending that right foot all the way back, wiggling back. And when we're ready, sending that hip back, or those hips back, causing that heel to go further away from the toes and giving us that nice calf stretch that we like. Continuing to breathe. So every time we breathe, maybe we push the hips back a little bit further, giving ourselves a little bit more of a stretch here. Make sure we're relaxing the shoulders. We're not wearing them up here like earrings. They're still down, creating a little bit of space between those ears and those shoulders. And when we're ready, coming back to center, powering up the legs, lifting up that right leg. You can hang out here if you want a little bit more of that muscle engagement, or move that leg out towards that left side, the outside part, and get that nice little stretch in there. Maintaining the torso facing downward. One more breath here. And when we're ready, picking up that foot and bringing it back very slowly, taking the knees wide, big toes touch, sending those hips back towards the heels, coming down into our child's pose. You can hang out here if you'd like. And if you want a little bit more, go ahead and walk those hands towards the right side. And then start walking those hands towards that left side. And coming back to center. Next inhale, go ahead and come all the way up. From here, I'm going to do the next part with my feet bent like this, kind of just sitting on those heels. You are more than welcome to also grab a chair and do the next exercise in a chair if you'd like to, or you can always just sit crisscross applesauce as well, whichever option. Since we're going to be working the shoulders, it doesn't matter too much what is going on down here. So I'm going to face you guys. Put my blankets on the side. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my yoga strap. And here we're going to be working a little bit of that shoulder movement, rotation. So I want you to grab your strap, your rope, whatever it is that you have. And if you don't have any of these on hand, I will also show you how you can get a very similar movement without having to use anything like this. So you're going to take your strap and you're going to take it pretty wide. And the reason we want it wide and then we can start working towards getting closer and closer is because we're going to take it as wide as we can, bring it down here to our belly. We're going to inhale, start picking it up and bringing it all the way through to the back, to our low back over here. And we're going to inhale and bring it all the way through, exhaling all the way to the belly. So if you have it too close like this, depending on that shoulder mobility, this is going to start to hurt and it's not going to go any further. So the more space we give those shoulders, the more space we have to move freely through. So if you don't happen to have anything like this on hand, just go ahead and take the arms out to the sides and it's going to be the same movement, just making circles with us as we go. So whichever option, we're still going to get those shoulders moving. So bringing your strap or your arms down here towards the belly. You're going to inhale, coming all the way over. Exhale and down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale down. I want to say this is 3. I might have skipped one, but we'll go ahead and do 5, or at least what I think is going to be 5, which this should be 4. And one more. And coming back. Okay, go ahead and place that strap down. Wiggle the arms. Give yourself a little bit of movement there to release anything funky going on. And hopefully the shoulders should start to feel a little bit nicer from here. Go ahead and inhale and bring that left arm across. So this feels good. If not, just grabbing it here at the left elbow, whatever is the most comfortable for you. And when ready, hands down, inhale, bringing that right hand across. So sometimes left, right, I get so confused. It's just, we do one side and then we're going to do the other. So as long as we get both sides in, it's all good. And bringing it down, rolling those shoulders, and then one last little exercise we're going to do here. I want to show you guys this one from the side angle because we do this very often. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like from here. So we're going to take our hands to the side. Again, you can do this if you're in a chair, seated, crisscross, whatever you're doing, it's all fine. So you're going to inhale, bringing that left hand up, giving ourselves a nice pat on the shoulder. And then from here, we're going to take that right hand and we're going to place it on that tricep or that elbow, whichever one is the most comfortable for us. But what we want to avoid here is that if you're going to grab the elbow or a tricep, whatever, we don't round our spine, our back like this to get a deeper stretch. Instead, we want to stay nice and tall, bringing those shoulders back, bringing that hand wherever the hand lands, and we keep that back straight, and we just work on pushing that arm back instead of rounding. We want to stay straight through our back. And this is a pretty common stretch that we do in classes just because it's a good one, it's nice. But many times we want to make sure that we are avoiding that rounding on the spine. Go ahead and bring those hands down. Inhale and bring that right hand. Give yourself a nice pat on the back. And same thing, placing that hand wherever it feels the most comfortable. And we like to stay straight through the stretch. So that's just a little reminder as, our classes continue and progress. We always can remember to avoid that slouching in our back. And bringing those hands down. And rolling the shoulders. So from here, I am going to be showing you guys one last really, really sweet, I love it, it's one of my favorite poses, up against the wall. If you don't have a wall, you can always just look at what's going on, and then I'll also give you guys a little second option for it. But this is called legs up the wall. So I'm not going to go ahead and move anything, but normally I would move my mat towards the wall so that I have the cushion that I can lay down on. So I'm just going to bring a blanket, and I'm going to go ahead and place my blanket up towards the wall. I'm going to come all the way towards my wall. I'm going to bring my bottom all the way up against the wall from here. And very slowly, I'm going to start coming down. And as I come down, my feet are going to go up. This is exactly what it is exactly, or it's named exactly what it is. This is called legs up the wall. So my bottom all the way up to my feet, are completely leaned up against the wall. And hands are just going to go on the sides, and I'm just going to close my eyes and relax here. If you don't happen to have a wall, but maybe you have a couch, sometimes what I also like to do is I like to, same way, bring my bottom up against the couch, bring the feet up, and then just let the feet rest on the top of that couch. I'm still getting this part, the hamstrings are still leaning up against that couch, but instead of bringing the bottom half, the shins up, I'm just letting them fall and rest on top of that couch. So that would be your second option here. If you don't have a wall handy, but you happen to have a sofa, that's most definitely something that you could do. And you would normally hold this for a couple minutes. I know our classes are a little crunched on time, but I just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looks like. And then when you're ready to come down, you are more than welcome to stay here. But if you want to go ahead and finish with me with our last final twist, you would go ahead and bring those legs down, hands coming down, pushing yourself up, and then you are off the wall. So that's a little sweet one that said you are more than welcome to stay there. If you'd like to join me in our last and final little twist of our class, go ahead and come down. Fully reclined, knees are bent. From here, we're going to inhale, lifting that right leg up, crossing it over the left. Hips are lifted. We've let them fall to the right, and then we let those knees fall towards the left. Hands are on the sides. If our knees fall towards the left, then our gaze will also fall to the left. If you want a little bit of a deeper stretch here, go ahead and take that gaze to the right for a little bit of a deeper stretch, a deeper twist. Again, this is completely up to you of where you would like to take your twist. And when you're ready, inhale, picking up those knees, realigning the hips, undoing the legs, and inhale, taking that left leg up, crossing it over the right, taking the hips to the right, to the left, and letting those knees drop to the right, And then the gaze in whichever direction you prefer. Next, inhale, go ahead and bring those knees up, realign the hips, undo the legs, let those knees fall side to side, windshield wiping. You are more than welcome to stay here as well. Or if you'd like to join me in seated as we finish off our class, you're also very welcome to doing that as well. Like always, I like to, as many times as I can remember, just place that blanket behind me, taking those hands at the knees, or if you are more comfortable, at the chest, whichever is perfectly fine. Big breath in, and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, and exhaling through the mouth. Last one, big inhale, and exhale through the mouth. I want to take this time to thank you for sharing your Saturday with me, for sharing your practice, and for just allowing me to be a small part of your day. I am very grateful for that opportunity. And I hope that you have a beautiful day and a beautiful week. Like always, please continue checking the Riverside Community Health Foundation page as well as the Pink Ribbon Place page for any updates or anything. Like always, I am very thankful, as well as Just Yoga Studio. We are both very thankful to be a part of this and to be a part of your practice. And please continue to have a wonderful and beautiful day. Namaste.